Even gonna do this. I swear to God, I wasn't gonna out him nothing. I'm doing this because he tried to say that I come to the door in my birthday suit, and that is never the case. But since you want to go there, let's go there. You want to make me look crazy by your lies, I'm gonna make you look crazy by my truth. So that's all it is for me. Like, you took it there, and now
I vowed to God that I wasn't going to do anything at all. But since you want to go there, let's go there. You want to make me look crazy with your lies, so I'm going to make you look crazy with my truth. That's all it is for me. You took it there, so let's go there now. He tried to say that I came to the door in my birthday suit, which is never the case. Jasmine, the feisty and protective mother, was caught up in an emotional tornado that Atlanta had always experienced, escalating the city's passion for drama and scandal. Known for its outrageous headlines and shocking turns, but this time it was personal. One of the most infamous individuals in Atlanta's love and hip-hop scene was ready to face Jasmine. It all began innocently enough. Jasmine, who was known for her tough demeanor and fierce protectiveness toward her child, had always kept her personal life largely private. The birth of her child had been a happy occasion that she wanted to treasure with her closest friends and family, sharing only a few moments with the public. She was proud of a child but wanted to protect him from the spotlight and the frequently harsh judgment of the public eye. Then one night, while browsing social media, Jasmine was struck with the heartbreaking shock. Pictures of a baby, some of which were taken from private moments that were never intended to be shared, appeared all over Karlie Redd's Instagram account as if she had leaked them to the public. Jasmine couldn't believe what she saw. Karlie Redd, a woman she had once thought was in. A friend had gone too far. The woman who took satisfaction in being active on social networking, the same woman who had made her name on drama, mogul, felt deceived, humiliated, and most of all angry when she took advantage of Jasmine's personal trust and made it public. She couldn't understand how someone she had been friendly with and who had previously expressed interest in joining her circle could act in such a disrespectful manner. Not only was the leak itself a betrayal, but it also violated her trust as a mother who wants to shield her child's life from the media circus. The day Jasmine confronted Karlie Redd was one that no one in the love and hip-hop Atlanta universe would soon forget. The scene was set in one of Atlanta's most upscale restaurants, the type of place where business deals and celebrity meetings frequently took place, but today it would be war. With her emotions boiling over, Jasmine wasted no time as she knew how to get things done, and that confronting Karlie Redd in front of cameras was a surefire way to get attention. She called up her close friends and started planning how she would take Karlie down. Serve as the setting for a confrontation that would have everyone talking. The mood of the room changed when Jasmine stormed over to her table. Karlie looked up, her usual smirk faltering as she saw the fire in Jasmine's eyes. Jasmine had entered the venue with her eyes burning with a mixture of anger and hurt. She was no longer the cool-headed woman who had kept her life off the grid. Instead, she was a lioness ready to defend her cub, and nothing would stop her. Karlie was already there, seated with her usual air of confidence, looking through her phone. Jasmine Karlie questioned, attempting to maintain her composure even though it was obvious she sensed something was about to happen. In a snappy voice, Jasmine asked, "What the hell is wrong with you, Kai?" I didn't mean for it to go that far, but she stammered, and her tone lacked any genuine apology. So I thought no. Rising, you know better than that. You know how hard I've worked to keep my baby out of all this madness, and you went and made him a spectacle for the world to see. When Kay's face hardened, she had been caught, and there was no way to hide from the truth. You didn't think you wanted attention, you wanted drama, and you used my son to get it. Her hands were balled into fists, and her body was shaking with anger. You know exactly what you did, and I won't sit here and let you try to spin this any other way because this is my son, and we're talking about Kay. Kay had a minor change in face, but she was still protective. The Jasmine I assumed you would accept because the photographs were adorable, and it wasn't intended to be a huge thing. I didn't mean to hurt you. Barden's Jasmine said it again. You transformed something private into a public spectacle without asking me or even caring what I wanted. and now I'm having to deal with the fallout. So, rising again, there was a noticeable sense of anxiety in the room as workers and bystanders attempted to avoid the two women. Jasmine's remarks were piercing, and C's customary confidence was eroding. She wasn't used to being faced in this way, particularly by someone she had formerly thought of as a friend.
Yeah. This is the text message between me and Kurt. He said, so-and-so amount if we... This is not a one-time thing. I'm telling y'all, this tried to put me on several occasions. He's been proven time and time again to lie about it. When have I ever been proven wrong?
You don't have a reason to lie.
I don't have a reason to lie.
We on the playground. Let's play.
You've accomplished a lot, Key. This is the lowest, Jasmine said, her voice low but ferocious. I'll never forget what you did, and I'll make sure the world knows who you really are. His eyes narrowed, but she knew better than to make things worse. She wasn't used to being punished, especially by someone as angry as Jasmine, but even though she wanted to defend herself, she knew that the battle was lost. I'm sorry, okay, she said in a strained voice. I didn't think it would go down like this. You don't get to take my private and use it as a publicity stunt. You'll never have that chance again. And don't think I'll forget this with one final stare. If I hurt you, I'm sorry. I didn't plan for it to get this far. However, Jasmine wasn't finished with my apology. The world had now seen how far Karlie had gone to stir things up, and Jasmine had made her point. No one, not even someone as experienced in the game as Karlie Redd, was going to get away with it, leaving Lie to sit there in shock from the emotional attack. Disdaining her family, love and hip-hop were affected by the fallout from that altercation. For Jasmine, this wasn't about fame or drama. It was about protecting her child, and no one, not even Karlie Redd, could take that away from her. While Atlanta World fans and critics argued over who was right, one thing was clear: Jasmine had solidified herself as a force to be reckoned with. Key, on the other hand, was left picking up the pieces of her damaged reputation after underestimating the extent of a mother's love and protective instincts.
I feel like I owe her that. It's not my job.
You know what? He can have that overweight, speaking with a fake accent Teletubby if that's what he wants. Because Karlie Redd is done.
Was prepared to protect her cub, and nothing could stop her. Karlie was already there, sitting with her typical confidence, looking through her phone. She hadn't noticed Jasmine walk in, but when she rushed to her table, the atmosphere changed. Karlie looked up, her usual smirk faltering as she saw the fire in Jasmine's eyes. "What's going on, Jasmine?" she asked, trying to remain composed. But it was obvious that she knew something was coming. "What the hell is wrong with you, Kai?" she snapped. I didn't intend for it to go that far, but she stammered, but her tone lacked any genuine apology. I thought no. Jasmine cut her off with a sharp voice. "You didn't think you wanted attention. You wanted drama, and you used my son to get it." Rising, "You know better than that. You know how hard I've worked to keep my baby out of all this madness, and you went and made him a spectacle for the world to see." Kallie's expression changed slightly, but she remained defensive. "Jasmine, I didn't mean to hurt you. I thought you'd be okay with it. The pictures were cute, so it wasn't meant to be a big deal." But Jasmine's anger flared even hotter, so she repeated, "You didn't ask me. You didn't even care what I wanted. You took something that was mine." Her body trembled with rage. "You know exactly what you did, and I won't sit here and let you try to spin this in any other way. Private and made it a public spectacle, and now I'm dealing with the fallout." The tension in the room was evident as staff and onlookers attempted to avoid the two women. Jasmine's remarks were piercing, and Kay's customary confidence was eroding. She wasn't used to being confronted in this way, particularly not by someone who had been a friend or the like. "You've done a lot of things in your time, Karlie," Jasmine continued, her voice low but fierce, "but this is the lowest. I'll never forget what you did, and I'll never forget what you did." Karlie's eyes narrowed, but she knew better than to make things worse. She wasn't used to being the target of someone's WTH, especially not from someone as fierce as Jasmine. Despite her desire to defend herself, she knew that the battle was lost. "I'm sorry, okay?" Karlie finally said in a strained voice. I didn't think it would go down like this if I hurt you. I'm sorry I didn't mean for it to go this far, but Jasmine wasn't done. Sorry, it wasn't enough. You don't get to take my... Jasmine turned and left Karlie sitting there in shock from the emotional attack. The world now knew how far Karlie had gone to stir things up, and Jasmine had made it clear that no one, not even someone as experienced in the game as Karlie, was going to get away with disrespecting her family. The fallout from that confrontation reverberated among the Love and Hip Hop Atlanta fandom. You'll never get that chance again, and don't think I'll forget this. And detractors argued over who was right. But one thing was for sure, Jasmine had solidified her position as a formidable force. Karlie, on the other hand, was left to pick up the pieces of her damaged reputation because she had underestimated how far a mother's love and protective instincts would go for Jasmine. This wasn't about drama or fame. It was about protecting her child, and nobody, not even Karlie Redd, could ever take that away from her. The reality television industry is no stranger to. In this script, we'll examine the history of Jasmine and Kay's relationship, the events leading up to the alleged leak, and the public's reaction to the recent incident in which Jasmine accused Karlie Redd of leaking private pictures of her newborn baby on Instagram. The drama has escalated to a boiling point once more, and this time the focus is on the two well-known characters from the popular show Love and Hip Hop. Over the years, viewers have witnessed the highs and lows of Jasmine and Kai's relationship, but the recent controversy seems to have destroyed any semblance of trust between them. Karlie, who is known for her bold personality and no-nonsense attitude, and Jasmine have always had a complicated relationship. They were once close friends on Love and Hip Hop, but their bond has been tested time and time again due to misunderstandings, competition, and betrayal. Jasmine, on the other hand, has attempted to keep a low profile since her relationship with Kirk Frost became public knowledge. Despite their differences, they were able to coexist until the controversy started when private photos of Jasmine's newborn baby appeared on Karlie Redd's Instagram account. The photos were supposed to be private and included intimate moments of Jasmine with her child, but fans quickly took screenshots and shared them on social media, In a tearful live stream, Jasmine was furious and heartbroken, and she took to social media to express her outrage. "I trusted you, Kai. How could you do this to me and my fames?" Jasmine wrote, "I would never intentionally hurt Jasmine or her baby. The pictures were sent to me and I didn't realize they weren't meant for public viewing," she wrote. However, fans were divided. Some accepted Karlie's explanation, while others accused her of grabbing attention and using Jasmine's private moments for influence. The backlash against Kai was fierce, with many calling for a public apology. The fallout from the incident has been dramatic, with Jasmine reportedly cutting off old ties with Karlie and considering taking legal action. In an interview, Jasmine stated that it wasn't just about her, but also about her child's safety and privacy. Meanwhile, Karlie has been dealing with the fallout from her actions, with several brands separating from her. Fans of Love and Hip Hop have taken to social media to share their thoughts on the situation, with some expressing sympathy for Jasmine and others criticizing her for airing the drama publicly when it could have been handled privately. Dragging Karlie through the mud isn't going to solve anything, one fan wrote, while others have been more critical of her. Despite this, Karlie maintains that she is innocent and that she would never intentionally harm anyone. Supportive of Jasmine, she has every right to be upset. Another fan wrote that no one should have to deal with their child's privacy being violated. The incident's legal ramifications cannot be overlooked. Jasmine's legal team is reportedly investigating the matter, and there's a chance that Kai could be sued for invasion of privacy. Legal experts have offered their opinions on the matter, stating that if Kai knowingly shared the pictures without Jasmine's consent, she could be held accountable. This incident serves as a stark reminder of the value of protecting people's privacy, particularly when it comes to children. Jasmine's heartbreak is evidence of the emotional toll that such violations can take on Karlie. As the dust settles, both Jasmine and Karlie will need to figure out how to proceed, whether that means repairing their friendship or parting ways. For the time being, fans can only hope that this serves as a lesson for everyone involved. It was a quiet night on the set of Love and Hip Hop Atlanta, but beneath the surface, tensions were quietly rising throughout the city. The drama between Jasmine and Karlie Redd has captured audiences' attention and sparked crucial conversations about privacy and trust. Although the road ahead may be difficult for both women, this incident has undoubtedly left a lasting impact on their lives and the love and hip-hop community. Stay tuned for more updates on this unfolding story. Was rife with secrets, and amid the chaos and drama of the reality TV world, some truths were starting to emerge that could destroy friendships, relationships, and even careers. Karlie Redd, a regular on the show who was known for stirring things up and watching everything that happened behind the scenes, had discovered something that nobody else had, but Scrappy, a longtime favorite and a man known for his loyalty and his temper, had been acting strangely lately, and it wasn't just his way, ordinary flirtations, or the drama surrounding his relationships with his ex-partners and Bab Mamas, but something more profound was happening at Play Kallie's shop. Instincts had detected Scrap's strange behavior, including taking calls in private, texting more frequently than usual, and leaving at odd hours. His interactions with Amy, a rising star in the hip-hop and love scene, seemed to be more than just casual conversations. They were secret and almost too intimate for the two of them to be business partners. Karlie, who always seemed to have. As Karlie was at a gathering with some of the other C members one evening, she overheard something that made her stomach turn. Scrappy was confirming a meeting with Amy later that night. The urgency in his voice and the way he looked around to make sure no one else was listening sent a clear message to Karlie that this wasn't just a business meeting or anything. An ear to the ground was determined to find the truth. The opportunist Karlie knew that this secret could give her the upper hand in the drama and revelation that the cast members' habit could make or break relationships, so she wasn't about to let this one slip. Later that evening, she received confirmation that Scrappy had, in fact, slipped away with his destination unknown to the majority of the cast. It was a friendly catch-up, but there was more going on between them that was being carefully concealed from the rest of the group. Karlie's curiosity paid off the following day when she discovered that Scrappy had set up a meeting with Amy at a hotel suite. This detail left more questions than answers, including why the hotel was chosen and why their meeting was so urgent that they couldn't hold it in the open. The fact that the meeting was taking place in a hotel added to the suspicions, as hotel suites are frequently used as the setting for private meetings. Armed with this new information, Karlie decided it was time to reveal what she knew, understanding that exposing the truth would not only. The group had gathered at a local venue, and Karlie couldn't wait to drop the bombshell. The atmosphere buzzed with the usual mix of friendly tension and underlying friction as the conversation flowed. The truth would not only upend Scrap's carefully cultivated image, but it would also spark a storm of questions from the rest of the cast. As someone who had always thrived at the center of drama, Karlie saw chaos as an opportunity. The room building, she waited for the ideal moment when everyone would be watching her. She smiled slyly and looked confidently at Scrappy, dropping the bomb. "So Scrappy, I couldn't help but hear something interesting last night." Her voice was full of intrigue, as if she had a secret meeting with Amy in a hotel suite. "What's really going on there?" The room went silent, and Scrappy's face hardened instantly, and for a moment it seemed like everything around him had frozen. The rest of the cast, who had not been informed of the meeting, stared at him in disbelief as the weight of Karis's words settled in. Some of them exchanged doubtful looks, while others leaned in to hear how he would respond. Amy, who had been standing nearby, felt the spotlight suddenly shift to her. She tried to remain calm, but the tension was high. Karlie had just disclosed that something was happening behind closed doors, and now everyone was waiting for an explanation. The silence only increased suspicions because it appeared he had no clear explanation. Karlie's words hung in the air, sharp and cutting, as the group waited for someone to break the silence. Scrubby finally broke his silence, trying to brush it off like that. His tone was defensive but lacking the usual confidence. What was so urgent about this meeting here, and why in a hotel? You two have been getting awfully cozy lately, and I'm not sure it's just business, she asked, enjoying the power she held in this moment. Meeting in a hotel suite, which is a little unbelievable, don't you think? She looked around the room waiting for reactions to unfold. The members were now fully engaged, and some of them were obviously skeptical. While others were trying to piece together the puzzle, Key had just presented Scrap, and his demeanor had changed from casual to tense. Amy, sensing the mounting pressure, shifted uncomfortably on her feet as the moment went on, and it became evident that Carrie had hit a nerve. Scrappy was no longer the cool-headed man everyone had been expecting. In the days that followed, speculation ran wild about what had actually happened in that hotel suite. Was Scrappy and Amy's relationship just business as usual, or was there something more going on? Kay's revelation set the stage for a dramatic unraveling, with trust being shattered and alliances shifting as the sea began to question who had been hiding what and why. He was defensive instead, and his inability to give a clear explanation only deepened the mystery. As the drama played out behind the scenes, it was impossible to avoid wondering how far Scrappy would go to keep his secrets and whether the fallout from Kay's revelation would destroy relationships in ways that no one could have predicted for Key. The fallout was exactly what she had hoped for. The truth was out, and in the world of love and hip-hop in Atlanta, truth always has a cost. However, when we were in the studio, Scrappy was rejected, and you said that you went to pick it up. Okay, now that's the word flirting. Enjoy that's kicking it. We're not dating, but I told you that, and then Key interrupted, saying, I don't like getting involved with drama with my baby mama. In reference to Erica Scrappy, I'm sharply,